cool breeze, dust on Tavulia's dirt, Rossi smiling like a king welcoming a boy to his private kingdom. And yet that evening was the first cut, the silent wound that bled into history. Because Marc Márquez didn't play guest, he didn't respect the sanctity of the doctor's ranch. He rode like an assassin, faster, sharper, fearless. And Rossi in that moment knew what the rest of the world would learn in the cruelest way in 2014, that the kid wasn't here to honor legacy. He was here to burn it, to bend it, to replace it. They talk about Sepang 2015 like it was the trigger, like it was the apocalypse's opening bell. But those who know the blood trails know it wasn't Malaysia that birthed chaos. It was Tavulia, Rossi's ranch, when the legend realized his reflection had changed shape, and that reflection wore a number 93. The season began like a hammer to the skull. No time for acclimatization, no time for rivals to adapt. Márquez came with an RC213V that wasn't a motorcycle. It was an executioner's blade disguised in Honda livery. Pedrosa had the same machine but couldn't tame it because the bike was violent, twitchy, a beast that demanded not just talent but madness. And only Márquez had both. He bent its nature to his will, hanging off it like a circus acrobat, knees, elbows, shoulders grazing tarmac, body twisted into positions that made commentators gasp. Photographers cursed their lenses, and rivals questioned physics itself. He didn't just push limits, he rewrote them. He didn't flirt with disaster. He courted it, danced with it, made it beg for mercy. And in that process, he snapped lap records like bones, leaving everyone behind, wondering if they were competing in MotoGP or a new sport named after him. 10 wins, straight, without interruption. 10 blood-soaked Sundays where legends like Rossi, Lorenzo, Pedrosa came to fight but left as spectators. This wasn't dominance. This was dictatorship, monarchy, tyranny, a new throne built in real time, lap after lap. Imagine Rossi, the doctor, the man of miracles, the face of charisma, lining up with the crowd screaming yellow, commentators singing his name, fans waving flags like armies in worship, and still, week after week, he had no answer. He tried everything, the experience, the craft, the cunning, the tricks only a master knows, and yet nothing pierced Márquez. He came planning to beat him in 2014. He wanted to stamp authority back, to remind the paddock he was not fading, not finished, and he did everything a warrior could do, but Márquez was untouchable. Rossi gave it his best, his plans, his guile, his charisma. But the track doesn't bow to charisma. The stopwatch doesn't care about legacy, and Marc rode like a man who didn't even see the doctor's aura. He only saw prey. Every braking zone Rossi thought belonged to him, Márquez smashed later, harder. Every exit Rossi thought he owned, Márquez ripped wider, faster. It was like trying to strangle smoke. The boy was everywhere, slipping out of reach, smiling, brutal. Lorenzo, the supposed metronome, the man of perfect rhythm, the man who had built his name on riding like a machine, became mute, invisible. Because Márquez wasn't just fast, he changed rhythm mid-song, broke the metronome, danced between beats like chaos personified. Lorenzo's Yamaha couldn't answer. His soul couldn't answer, and in 2014 he wasn't a champion. He was background noise, a ghost overshadowed by the violence of number 93. Pedrosa? Pedrosa was finished before he began. Same bike, different blood. Márquez had hunger, Pedrosa had doubt. Márquez had madness, Pedrosa had silence. He became a shadow on the timing screens, forgotten in the very team that once built itself around him. And here's the thing. When a man like Rossi, who built his life on track domination, realizes the track is lost, he doesn't surrender. He adapts. That was 2014's second hidden prophecy. Rossi started building his weapon off track. The media mafia, the yellow press machine. Narratives whispered into cameras, stories bent into war drums, politics sharpened into blades. He couldn't kill Márquez on asphalt that year. So he started preparing for 2015, when the battlefield would no longer be just corners and straights, but headlines, fans, manipulation, psychology. Wait for it. That's why 2015 matters. That's why every line you're reading is laced with hooks, because the truth is this. The 2014 domination wasn't just about speed. It was the birth of a war that would make 2015 the dirtiest, ugliest, most sinful year in 75 years of MotoGP. But 2014 wasn't just Márquez's blade cutting through lap charts, it was also Rossi's aura lighting the stands. All yellow, oceans of fans, commentators screaming the doctor, the aura of a man larger than sport itself. Magical moments, greens in memory. Even when Márquez destroyed timing sheets, the people bowed to Rossi. They saw him not as a rival fighting for scraps, but as a god still walking. The charisma was insane, untouchable, intoxicating. The man could crash on Saturday, smile on Sunday, and still own the cameras. Respect there, respect earned, because Rossi's theater was unmatched. That was his mercy. The one crown Márquez couldn't steal, crowds worshiping charisma. And yet mercy doesn't change truth, because beneath the yellow haze, Márquez was sharpening claws. The paddock thought he was just a flyaway rookie who shocked them in 2013. They didn't realize 2014 wasn't an accident. It was prophecy. It was consolidation. It was proof. They didn't see he was the king of kings in the making, the man who wasn't going to kill everyone outright in 2014, but was already shaping an era where everyone would become his witness, not his rival. Rossi's charisma won hearts, but Márquez's brutality stole souls. Fear beats love on asphalt, always. By the end of 2014, the message was carved in stone. Márquez was untouchable. He had walked through Rossi, Lorenzo, Pedrosa, and left them bruised, confused, reduced. Rossi gave everything. Lorenzo lost rhythm. Pedrosa lost relevance. Marc didn't just win, he suffocated their belief. And while he smiled and celebrated, Rossi sharpened knives. Because 2015 was coming, and 2015 would not be clean. 2015 would be betrayal, politics, manipulation. The ugliest year anyone could remember. But don't be fooled. The poison of 2015 wasn't born in Sepang, wasn't born under Malaysian sun. No, the real poison was born in Tavulia, in Rossi's ranch, the night Marc was faster than the doctor on the doctor's own dirt. That's the night Rossi swore he couldn't let this boy define his twilight. That's the night history changed. So remember it like gospel. 2014 wasn't a season, it was an execution. 10 straight kills, a streak that broke spines, a domination that reduced gods to beggars. Rossi still commanded oceans of fans, still painted circuits yellow, still earned the respect of the world. Praise him. Praise the charisma. Praise the doctor. Praise the magic of seeing his number 46 lit up in chants and flags. But the stopwatch doesn't bend to charisma. The asphalt doesn't bow to myth. And under that yellow sea, the red ant was crawling, sniffing sugar, not hurt yet, but ready to strike. Marc wasn't just a flyaway rookie. He was the king of kings, the storm, the gangster who rode physics like a stolen car, and he was only beginning. Wait for it. 2015 is loading. The comeback is loading. The ugliest war is one sunrise away. Sepang? That was the explosion. The ranch? That was the fuse. Rossi knew it. Márquez knew it. And the rest of the grid? They were just extras in a film already scripted by fate.